Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be evaluating the skid steer attachment for the Caterpillar. This is an excavator attachment. It's by far not an excavator. It's just like a backhoe attachment. Let me say that. It's a backhoe attachment. It's medium grade as far as whether it's sturdy or not. But anyway, I've had it for a few months, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and whether or not I'd buy it again. Yeah, I guess so. Let's go through some of it, okay? It's a little dirty, but all in all, it's not a bad little unit. As far as usage goes, the hoses, fantastic. They're a little bit, I will tell you this, they're a little long. And it would be nice, even though the Caterpillar has these hooks here for it to hold the hydraulic lines out of the way. Considering the price of hydraulic lines these days, to replace those two there, you're probably looking about $300-400. So you want them out of the way. You don't want them giving you any grief. You don't want them getting pinched in any way. The steel behind it, this particular model is a Titan. Everything is really built sturdy. I love the fact that they've got on the main boom, they've got 4 pieces of steel, good size steel in there. When I purchased this, the orange hydraulic cylinder was stated to be an upgraded version. I did get it with the thumb. It's not a hydraulic thumb. It's just a standard standalone thumb that when the bucket curls in, it grips and does a mediocre job. Not too bad. It's heavy duty, as you can see. It's got some heavy duty steel here. All the braces for it and the attachments, the connecting pieces here seem to be extremely sturdy. You can see this is almost 3/4 of an inch, 7/8, whatever. Then you have the bucket. Everything here, though, needs to be tightened a bit. And I did find that the thumb, you can see it skid a little bit on the machine, because I guess this, after a while, it needs a little bit of tightening up here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before I clean it. A couple of the pins one of the pins, I guess I should say, popped off, but it has plenty of grease fittings for everything. It's strong. I particularly like the fact that when you're using the bucket, if you're picking up a tree up to 2 inch, that if you squeeze the bucket between the thumb, it will snap it in half. So I do like that. It'll dig up to 6 feet. Now let's get to the bucket. The bucket on this particular machine, I know it's lightweight. I do have some complaints. The steel on it, though, appears to be a good thickness. The welds on the bucket are horrendous. They're not very good at all. The feet, they bolt on, and let's see if I can get you underneath here. The bolts right here, instead of having any kind of a clip or a fast quit, keep in mind, I understand that it's not an excavator, but I guess I can live with it. My problem was the steel here on the bucket is not adequate, in my opinion, to the leverage points. As you're digging, if you hit something sturdy, these will bend. And I've already had it once split a weld, not up here, but down here. I had to re-weld this. This is their weld up here, and mine is down here. It started from here. This split, the side split from the actual teeth. And if you look at it head on, it appears the bucket has a little bit of a twist. So I'm assuming that maybe I'm gonna need to cut a couple of plates for the side. I would like to put some cutters on the edge. That might, but I want to put a plate here first. Up in here, I would like to put maybe something on this edge, and I would like to put something down the middle in between the teeth. A couple of nice, nothing that goes higher than the teeth, but something that's flush right up in here. I think as far as improvements on this thing, if you wanted a real kick-ass attachment, the only weak link to this is the actual bucket. If you're out there working as a homeowner, or if you're out working as someone like me that does this for like perk tests or stump removal, I use the thumb for picking up rocks, stone walls, you're gonna put a little bit of use behind it. You're talking about a machine that's got a heavy duty cylinder that's gonna be pushing this through some dirt. You're gonna want something really sturdy. The connecting points on it, though the weld's quite shabby, are pretty thick. You can see that they're thick here. And like I said earlier in the video, this is almost 3/4 of, what is that? Almost 3/4 of an inch. Okay? So I'm thinking brace, thumbs up, boom, cylinder, thumb, thumbs up, get it? Bracing, bucket. Where they dropped the ball a little bit was when they made this bucket. They needed to put some sort of, and I've looked online, other buckets have some bracing inside here, because there is a small little tweak, not much, but a little tweak right here where the teeth, if you think of a fulcrum, this is a lot of stress here. So the stress points are going to be here and here on the other side. So I'm thinking if they had put maybe another brace here or a little bit thicker piece of metal in the future, it would make it a little sturdier. I mean, I've beat this up. I've used it quite a bit. Would I tell you not to buy one? Absolutely not. I like this model. If it broke or something went haywire or it got, whatever the story was, would I replace it with another one? I would probably look for something a little bigger, but I would recommend it. Everything on it, excluding the bucket, is fantastic. If you had a farm, I'll get specific. If you had a farm or you just had a yard that you were working in and you needed to dig a little bit of holes or dig a trench, this is only a 14-inch bucket. If you put a bigger bucket, which they do come with 24s, maybe they would be a little sturdier. I'm not sure. But the bucket would be, to me, the weak link in this whole setup. Everything else, like I said, works great. I might go as far up in here, another holder for this, because as you can see, this tends to drag on the ground, and I don't want to scar up that anymore, even though that is a protective surface. Maybe I can weld something onto the side here with a couple of hooks, like on the side of the armor of the, just to keep it out of the way. But the hose by far is big enough. And I'm happy with it. Hoses, connecting boom, thumb, cylinder, I give them all a thumbs up. Just keep an eye on that bucket, or if the company's watching, by all means, sturdy up those buckets. If you're not buying them and you're buying them from someone else and you're adding them to your machine, do yourself a favor. Have them sturdy up them buckets a little bit. I like it too because it's got a nice 8-foot reach from here to the base. So if you do have to pick something up, you can reach, whereas with the skid steer bucket, you can't get in far enough. So even if I used it as, you know, a thumb to pick up logs, I'm just trying to think of things that I would do. Any kind of debris, moving metal, doing a little bit of demolition. You could do it with this bucket. Is an excavator better? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you go back and look at some of the other videos, maybe even the video on uncrating it. It was cold that day. Give us a good old, big old thumbs up if you enjoy the videos. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Enjoy.